What's going on YouTube? It's your boy B Mac here. So I haven't done a Mac on Reel in like forever. So I keep telling y'all to get back to a regular schedule, but man, life be life. Okay, I'm sorry. I am sorry, but I can update you on some new stuff. Okay, so I am seeing someone, dating someone. That's a new thing, right? How about that? Right. Not the last person I mentioned though. Not even gonna get into that. That's for lack of not wanting my comments or the little swim fan that she behaves as commenting or swearing that I'm talking bad about the girl. I'm not even gonna bring it up. But here's the funny thing. All right, so I don't even know what I would title this video because so much has changed. Right. So remember how like a long time ago I lost my son. Did a whole video on that B2. Well, now I have another son on the way with that chick, the ex, right? I didn't know. So here's the funny side story about that. So me and this girl break up because basically I just didn't see myself marrying her. There are things about her that I told myself I'd give it a year. And 2 days before our anniversary, I decided, you know what? I've had enough. She did a lot of childish things and I was very controlling. And you should treat me like a kid, like a little toddler. And I just tell her, like, hey, check that out. Angel number 444. Sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, so I used to tell her, hey, man, I'm not your child. Like, do not talk to me like a child. Don't, drag your finger at me and tell me to come stand here and dumb shit like that. So my fucking breaking point, right? I took off a week of work to give one of my coworkers an opportunity to shine because he was trying to get a permanent hire spot at my job, as well as I wanted to get my Twitch off the ground with Pokemon and Halo. I've been playing those pretty hardcore lately, and I'm like, yo, I'm pretty knowledgeable. I could, like, do a Twitch account, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had already, at the time, had the podcast going on with Quick Little Facts, which, unfortunately, I'm no longer a part of that. Again, no shade to my former co-host. It's better if we go our separate ways. And I will continue to do Mac on Reels, and you guys can see me doing Drowning Phoenix stuff. You guys can see me do posts on fucking Pokemon Mount Olympus. That's the whole tie-in here. So Pokemon Mount Olympus, I've now created or made a business meta account through Facebook where, if I get enough viewership and participation, people play and they pay me, which would be great. That hasn't happened yet. But back to the whole life's catch up. So I have a new son that is due sometime at the end of July, August time frame, named Cameron Irizarry Mac. Now, I say this is all a surprise because at the time when we were breaking up, it was, good riddance, and we broke up right before I found out we were having a boy, and I'm going to go to Kentucky, and I haven't aborted, and this. Clearly, she never did that. I don't know. I don't know why some women think that's the route to go. Like, if I'm upset with you, I'm going to threaten to harm your unborn child. I don't know, man. Depends on what you believe about abortions or whatever else. I'm all into women's rights, so I'm glad I make enough that I can support another child. I'll leave it at that. Drowning Phoenix is taking off, right? I got a blue check on Instagram now. That's cool. Drowning Phoenix. Yeah, your boy Pastor Phoenix Justice on all platforms. Drowning Phoenix, Suicide of Her Dreams. It was a whole album conception. And again, I am sorry if this offends anyone who is subscribed to this channel and or sees this. But everyone that knows me knows that my second marriage was a turbulent one. There was a lot of infidelity. There was a lot of verbal abuse, emotional, and don't pause before anyone starts throwing shade. I ain't even gonna say that it didn't happen on both sides. I cheated. Yes, I will fucking own it. I cheated. Sure did. Cheated with number one. Bam. Put it all out there. So at a time, number two was being number two and was accusing me of doing stuff. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. At this point, you've accused me so many times, I'm gonna make it true. I'll make it true. And number one did her little sachet up to me or whatever. It was like, oh, you've got a beard. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, we shouldn't be doing this. And I was like, fuck it. I'll go all the way. And I did. Bad me. Horrible husband. Whatever. I was getting ready to divorce her anyways. This so happened the week of her birthday, and it was just like, I'm tired of being beaten on. I'm tired of being spat at. I'm tired of being hit. I'm tired of being scratched. I'm tired of having to explain to people why I can't come to work today because this particular person is now deciding they won't take me to work because at the time I didn't have a car. And just like, I was so over it. I was so over that relationship. So I will wrap up that part of the story with October 9th of 2021. We were adulting, all right? Now, I'm not going to go into details because a lot of different people watch this YouTube channel. So, we were adulting. My mom calls me at the time, right? Now, my mom and I aren't in the best place emotionally right now, but whatever. She's my mom. We'll get past it. The point is, my mom calls me. Now, I lose my whole fucking concentration. I don't know if any of y'all have been in the adulting, physical situation, and one of your parents calls, but you totally lose your mojo. So I pick up the phone, I see it's my mom calling me on Messenger, because that's how we typically talk, because I either didn't have a phone number 9 times out of 10, or it's just easier to reach me on Facebook Messenger, because I'm usually paying attention to that. Anyways, I see my mom's picture pop up. I'm like, I put the phone down. All right, now there is a part of this story that I have to share with you all that makes this all make sense. Now, at the time, I was working as a contract employee doing IT work for Emory Decatur Hospital. Okay? All right. This was 2021. So at the time, we had been separated a year. She came back to me crying, oh, please, life's not the same without you. Let's try to work it out, blah, 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 blah. I fall for it. I try to go make it work. So now we're in October. I leave work early because the kids are at school. I'm like, this is the perfect time to get some adulting in, right? Kids are at school. Ain't gotta worry about certain stuff. Okay? Now, here's the part of the story that gets fucked up. My youngest, or the child that I share with number 2, was home because she didn't feel like taking her to daycare or whatever the fucking reason why she's in daycare. So Mariah's napping, or so we think. We're adulting. My mom calls. I look at the phone. Now, I put the phone under the edge of the mattress just as a point of remembrance because we're adulting. Phones get tossed around. But the mattresses are on the floor because we learned that children are very nosy and can hear or understand what a bed's creaking means. So we took the extra mattresses and put them on the floor so we could adult on the floor and children would not know if children were home. All right. Now that we've got that little segue, okay, so adulting finishes. I now reach for my phone to see who the fuck just called me again. Now, this particular individual that I used to be married to lost their fucking mind about the fact that I put the fucking phone under the side of the mattress. Okay, understand. I wasn't trying to hide anything. I wasn't being secretive. I didn't expect nobody to call me. I legit just put the fucking phone on the side of the mattress as a point of remembrance because phones always go missing during adulting sessions. Okay. So the person rolls off of me and says, hey, why'd you put your phone face down? I'm like, because my mom just called me and I didn't want to see her fucking face while doing things with you. And she's like, okay, let me see your phone. And I'm like, what? Now, at the time, I'm like, yo, she's about to fucking snap. I can already see it. But because of the level of abuse or level of fear response that I had, I would not let her have my phone because my phone is my escape. How the fuck am I going to give you my phone? That bitch, this is how I call Uber. This is how I call for rides. This is how I everything, right? So that's why this particular story becomes funny, because it is this day that this person puts their hands on me that my child remembers as the last time they saw me. The youngest, when she didn't see me for 3 years. Daddy, I remember when you and mommy got in a fight and there was so much blood everywhere. And mommy said you two would never be friends again. And I'm like, she fucking told you that at 3? The fact that you remember that at 3 is very sad for me. But I had to explain to her she'll never see anything like that again. That's not healthy, and that's part of why Daddy left. Daddy left because I knew that mommy and daddy can't do right together in front of y'all. She's already calling your brother and sister to break up fights and shit, and creating these stories and these narratives as if I'm beating her. I've already got some other crap worked out with your sister. So now it's like, all right, fuck it. Now, at the time, I didn't have a lot of money, so I didn't call an Uber. I called number one. I did. Number one came and picked me up, and that's how me and number one adulted ourselves, and that is how I cheated. Now, I say all that to say, there have been a lot of conversations recently between me and number two, and a lot of behaviors, and a lot of things that people feel that they weren't addressed, or no one's accountable for, or that I didn't apologize for. So I'll say this, I'm not apologizing for shit. I'm a fucking human being, and I cheated. I sure did. Now, if you want to fucking weigh the scale of cheating, number two that I know of cheated 4 times with Tyshawn, Justin, her business partner, planner guy when she was doing Forex, and some other guy, and then tried to fuck one of my best friends. But the morality I give you all as I wrap this video up is, why is it that when people hurt people and they feel like their hurt isn't subsided or their hurt hasn't manifested in what they wanted to see in their day in life, or bad things for you, basically, because, you know, equally both of these women wanted me to fail in life. They wanted to not be with me, and so they dogged my name out. They have started rumors, they have talked all sorts of things, and they painted me as a villain to my children. Now, granted, I have them back, and I'm doing very well in life, but it's crazy to me that it's like, damn, because you feel like you missed out, and now that I'm up, you want me. And it's like, no, I'm cool. Because here's the thing. When you were out fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry, when you were out planning on going to your 10-year reunion or whatever and hooking up with all the guys you didn't hook up then or whatever, I was never in the picture. I was the working soldier. I was the working deputy. I was the working Amazon driver. I was the whatever you needed me to be that you couldn't keep your legs closed, right? And I'm okay with that. I've been through therapy. I've talked about it. I can do YouTube videos about it till this day. And it don't bother me because I understand at a certain point, cheaters are going to be cheaters. And it wasn't me. I gave both of those women the best years of my life. It's fucked up now for anyone who comes along afterward because, goddammit, I make them go through hell week before I trust you. But mentally, it's just like, I could have given that to someone else from the jump who deserved it, who earned it, who mutually wanted that back. But with other people, at the same time, you give that to them because you think you grew up together, or because, oh, you went to Lithonia and you went to Stevenson and we were a match made in heaven. And it's just bullshit because some people don't outgrow who they really are. So to update you guys, no longer doing quick little facts podcast. In a relationship, a pretty serious one, I think. And goddamn, trying to just figure out Brandon as Brandon goes forward in life. You know, I'm a little budding celebrity, got my little blue check, you know, trying to be a good dad as I get to know my children and get ready to have a brand new fucking kid. And it's just like, man, I be trying to tell y'all, man, life be so real. But that's why these are called Macro and Reels, because I'm going to give it to you in the most uncut, raw, unreformed, or unadulterated form. And then you can comment, post, subscribe, do whatever the fuck you want afterward, and we'll keep it pushing, guys. But it's been your boy B-Mac here. That's all I got. I hope that you all are doing well. Those who follow me, I hope that you all are prospering in the best ways you can. And at the end of the day, remember, man, you got one life. So live it to the best of your degree and the best of your fulfillment. Not everybody else's. Because everybody else, like I'm telling you real shit, there will be a point where they won't give a shit. They will turn their back on you. They will cast you aside, and they will go hop on the next pogo stick that they feel like is going to treat them better. Let's bring your boy B-Mac here. I'm out.